welcome everybody. My name is Andrea Gomoll. I am a mixed media artist from Berlin, Germany, and I am super excited to be here today to share my challenge or my inspiration with you. I'm super thankful to be part of this. So thank you, TR, for asking me to be part of Embrace Your Art 2016 and to share an inspirational piece with you. This week the challenge number 1 is to use your favorite quote, and the challenge number 2 is glitter, glimmer and shine. And I picked that myself because if you know me and if you know my work, you know that I just totally love everything that glitters, that shimmers, that shines. So in that case, I guess I am totally like a girly girl, I guess. So yeah, that was definitely not really a challenge for me because I just love it, and I use glitter and stuff a lot in my artwork. Yeah, my favorite quote actually is, it's one of my favorite quotes. I actually have many favorite quotes. I love quotes, but this is definitely on the very top of my list. It is does not empty tomorrow of its sorrows, it empties today of its strength. It's by Corrie ten Boom, and I think it is so true. So true. So really take that quote to heart and live it, okay, guys? So yeah, what I used, actually everything on here, like shimmers and glitters and sparkles. As you can see, I worked on a 3 size sheet of watercolor paper here. Of course, you could just create a piece similar to this on your round shaped art journal page if you like. You could just create in your normal art journal, so wherever you want to create, okay? So actually the first base already shimmers a lot because I used some shimmering watercolors for the base here. Also lots of shimmer and shine in the background. I used glitter texture paste, so lots of glitter texture on here. I have shimmering, shiny stickers here. We have, what else do we have here? We have paint splatters, actually, ink splatters. The Color Shine spray from Heidi Swapp. And this is also like a pearlescent color. So this kind of shimmers too, and we have some glittery washi tape on here, which kind of is like super glittery. I kind of have this glitter everywhere now because it's kind of coming off the tape. And I have glitter in my hair, I have glitter in my face, so I really lived that challenge today. Guys, okay, yay. So I think we should jump right in and get started. Oh yeah, I also used some sewing on here, which doesn't glitter, but anyways. So let's get started. I hope you will enjoy the process of, or you will enjoy watching me create this page, and I hope you will join me and maybe create your own page inspired by this. I would totally love that, guys, as always. And yeah, let's get started. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a base layer of watercolor to my watercolor paper here, and this is a shimmering pearlescent watercolor palette by Recollections, which you can get at Michael's. And I'm just using my aqua brush here and a variation of pink and rose colors, and I'm just applying it wet on dry here to the background, making sure that it kind of blends nicely, the colors blend nicely into each other, and I definitely want a very soft edge here. So I'm working with my aqua brush, kind of working from the outside towards the inside, adding lots of water, lots of water along the outside to make the color blend into the background, so that we have a nice gradient here. And I decided to go for a very soft overall feel here, so I'm just sticking with those pink shades of this watercolor palette. Those watercolors, they are rather translucent, so the opacity
is not very high, and usually I love to mix them with some other watercolors if I want a higher opacity. But in this case, I really love and really want this very subtle, very pastel-y look here. So I'm only working with those watercolors for the background. And once I'm satisfied with the colors that I laid down, I'm just using some bubble wrap here, and I'm pressing this onto the wet watercolor, putting something heavy on top of it, and then I'm just leaving it there to dry. This kind of gives you a nice texture once you peel that back off, once the color has dried. You can see this, it kind of gives you a nice patterned effect here in the background, very subtle yet visible, and I just totally love that. So that's a nice variation, a nice use of the bubble wrap, one of many uses. I love bubble wrap. So next I have this quote here, my favorite quote, or one of my favorite quotes, the favorite quote that I decided to work with. I printed that out on self-adhesive paper. I'm gonna use that later. I just put it down and see where I want it to go later. Okay, so next I'm using black Stays On ink pad here, and just some random background stamps, pattern stamps. This one is by Unity Stamps. It's a design by Christy Tomlinson with some text on it. And I just love to use this especially for background design because it's really cute and it's very, very subtle also. Next thing, I'm using a background stamp here, and I'm applying some metallic Faber-Castell gelatos, and I'm applying them directly onto the stamp with the gelato stick. And then I'm just activating the gelato color with an aqua brush. And once I've activated all the color, I'm just pressing the stamp onto the background, onto my paper. And this kind of gives you a really nice watercolor look, kind of leaving a little bit of this pattern of the stamp on here. And of course, it adds some shine because those are the metallic gelatos. Once the gelato color has dried, I'm using the same background stamp here, which I cleaned in between the steps, and I'm using some white gesso, just applying some white gesso onto the stamp, and then again pressing it onto my background to give it a little bit of this design with some white color. And this also kind of takes the darkness of the gelatos back a little, because for me the result was a little too heavy, a little too bold. It kind of took away from the lightness, from the pastel overall feel of the piece. So that's why I added a little more white here to kind of take a little bit of this darkness back. Next thing, I'm using some stamps here, some swirl stamps, just to add 2 little swirls to my background, and a quote. This is a stamp by Donna Downey. That's actually another, I don't even know if it's a quote. Does it count as a quote? Trust the timing of your life. This saying, or those words, I just love those words. So I thought I would put them onto my background as well, because this also goes very well with a quote that I picked. And it kind of also adds to the background design, yet it still adds meaning to the piece. Okay, next thing, I'm using some stencils and some sparkle medium. This is by Imagination Crafts, which is an English brand from the UK. So it's actually like a texture paste with lots of sparkle and glitter in it, and it dries. Once it's dry, it is really, it leaves you a very nice raised stenciled image, and it sparkles like nothing else. So it's like pure glitter. If you can't get your hands on this sparkle medium, you could also create something similar yourself, just mixing some heavyweight gel medium with some glitter, and you get a very similar result. Or some white texture paste with some glitter, also very similar result, yet not that glittery, but it comes close. Using another stencil here. This one's by the Crafters Workshop with some words and another color of glitter texture paste to add to my background design. And as you can see, I'm applying with a palette knife, my favorite way actually to apply media on top of stencils. Next thing, Heidi Swapp Color Shine Spray. As the name says, actually it is a spray, but I'm not like super happy with the spray result this gives you, but I just love to use it this way. I'm just using this spray top kind of thing and I'm just applying some paint splatters directly onto my page or onto my artwork with this thing, and it works really well. It gives you some really nice large blobs of paint, and especially with this shiny color, this gives you a really nice result. Okay, next thing, some glitter washi tape or deco tape here, and this really holds a lot of glitter. It also kind of gives off a lot of glitter, gives away a lot of glitter, because as I mentioned before, after using this, I kind of had glitter all over the place. But anyway, it was worth it because it really is so glittery, so sparkly, and I just love the look. And I'm just applying 3 stripes of this tape here onto my project. And then I have some Teresa Collins stickers here. Actually, I use those for my planners, and those are super cute, and they're really adorable. I love the colors. And there are some shiny gold hearts and words and stars in this set. So I thought perfect match for the theme, for the challenge here, to add a little bit of shine, some gold shine to my project here. So I'm just adding some random stickers here. Don't we all just love to add random stickers? It's kind of the inner child coming out to play, just kind of putting down stickers, and I just love them. They are like really adorable, very elegant, very simple, actually very simple designs. But sometimes the simple things are the best, right? So as you can see, I'm just putting them down in some sort of little cluster. I always love to cluster things, so kind of put them into little groups, so that it still looks random, yet it kind of has a belonging. You know what I mean? I'm not like putting the stickers all over the place, but it kind of always looks good to kind of group them together in like groups of 3, 4, 5 tiny elements. Kind of always looks a little better. Yeah, and now I put down my quote, the quote that I printed out onto a piece of paper. If you want to use that quote, feel free to download a PDF file on my blog. You could use that right away, print it out, and use it if you like that quote, of course. I would encourage you to go with your own favorite quote. But anyway, if you like it, you can just download it and use it. I'm just sticking it down onto my page here, and then off camera, I'm using my sewing machine to add some stitching here to sew down my quote. And I just sewed some lines along this washi tape and added some decorative stitching here because I just love the look of it, and I also love the feel of it because it kind of adds a nice touchy thing to your page to have like some real stitching on your project. I'm also all for like faux stitching. Sometimes I just sketch it in. I have some stamps that add faux stitching, but whenever I feel like it, I love to use my sewing machine and to add some real stitching, okay? And to finish this whole thing off, some paint splatters. You know me, nothing is finished without some paint splatters, so I'm just adding some pink paint splatters here to kind of go with the overall color scheme. And I also make sure that some of those paint splatters end up on this white area where the quote is, because the paint splatters kind of combine or bring the background and the foreground, this quote, a little more together. So it's not like completely white just with the black words on here, but you kind of have a little bit of a connection between the background and the foreground by having those paint splatters kind of overlap all the different layers of your project, okay? Yeah, and last but not least, I'm using a glitter glue because as if there's not enough glitter on this project, I'm using a glitter glue to add some tiny spots of glitter onto this project. Yeah, and that is it. I'm done. We're done. Quick and easy, yet I totally love the result, and I hope it inspired you, and I hope you create your own piece of art inspired by this, and I would so love to see it. So please share it with me and with everybody. If you like in the Facebook group, I would love to take a look. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Yeah, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, if you enjoy my work, then please come on over to my blog, connect with me, maybe subscribe to my newsletter, or join my Facebook group, or follow me on Instagram. I would totally love to stay connected with you. So, thanks for watching and talk to you all soon. Bye!